go. All right, that's how we're going to do. Welcome to the Lucrative podcast. I am the host, the one, the only Magneto 7 in the building. Listen, with my co-host who?
Oh, Sean J.
Sean
right?
J. Yo, the new space just makes you chill, right? It's just like mellowed out. Like, I'm not going to be super hyped.
No. We went straight into hanging out to then just filming.
Yeah, just filming.
Yeah, we were already sitting here.
We're already here.
Yeah.
So, welcome to another episode of Mad Lucrative Podcast. This is episode 59.
It is?
Episode 59, season 2.
Wow.
So,
feels like
how was your weekend, bro?
Man, actually pretty nice.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, I will say this. I did hear, when I did call you, what was that, Saturday I called you, and I heard a feminine voice in the background. Did you care to share? Share with the pod who that feminine voice was.
It was probably my friends. I have a lot of friends, you know. I have a lot of female friends.
Oh.
I think I know there's a stigma, you know. I know there's a stigma about it.
What is the stigma that you feel?
But I think like anybody can be friends. I think it's okay. I mean, I know what you mean.
Okay.
If you're like super attracted to them, and there's no getting past that, I feel like you can be as much friend as you want to.
Sean's trying to pod early.
But you know.
Why you trying to pod so early?
You asked me a question.
Okay, go ahead.
You asked me a deep philosophical question.
Okay.
That people have been burning in people's minds for generations.
So you personally feel like men can be friends with females?
I know Steve Harvey would disagree with me.
I would disagree with you as well. I mean, okay, so why do you feel
be
that?
friends with women.
Why do you feel that though?
Well, I mean, it works for me. There's women that I'm friends with that I would not be in a relationship with them.
You wouldn't have relations with them.
No.
Huh. Okay.
And like, there's multiple layers of it. Because
Okay.
you could do it out of respect for not being in a relationship with them.
Okay.
Or you could do it because you're not attracted.
Okay.
You can have attractive friends, but not, but know that there's a line that that's going to be there. You
Okay.
know? No, I'm a big believer in that. I go to church, right?
All right.
Church is full of very attractive people, right?
Right.
Very beautiful women, but I'm not gonna just not be friends with any of them because you're a girl.
Okay, so my question is this then. All right, this is my question. And I wasn't trying to pod this early. I just asked you about the weekend, but anyway.
My weekend was great. How was yours?
No, we're going to stay on this part. So, when it comes to being friends with a woman, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel? Okay, let's say this. Let's change the roles a little
gotta
bit.
get into this
Let's say you have a girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
This girlfriend is right here, right? And then you have your girlfriend is attractive.
Yeah.
Like she's everything. She's your boo. She's the love of your life right now.
Oh well, then no, she's not my.
No, don't. Do not impose. I'm about to.
Sorry.
This is your boo, right? Attractive. She got all the curves. Let's say dirty blonde. Is that what you call it? Like something like that. Whatever.
I do like that.
Right. Something. Whatever.
Okay.
All right. And then you have another like super dirty blonde. That's like. And she does mountain climbing. She does all the dirt. What do you call it? The dirt race.
The dirt race.
The white people race.
What?
When you crawl through the mud.
I was gonna say like once a year do white people just race each other. Wait, once a year white people race each other to see who will lead the white
mud.
race.
The mud race.
The mud racing, yeah.
All right, so she does that, and then she says, "Oh my God, Sean, you're so amazing." And then y'all start talking on the phone.
Okay.
Right, you have a 15-minute conversation that was supposed to be a 1-minute conversation,
yeah.
Which was, where y'all gonna eat? And she's asking about you and your girlfriend. Where y'all gonna eat? It's cool, you know. And
I already have a girlfriend.
You still already have a girlfriend.
Okay.
You still already have a girlfriend. But this new girl asks, "Oh, what are y'all gonna eat?" And then you say, "Well, shoot, I mean, we might go to somewhere. What's one of those things you like pad thai or Thai we might go to a Thai restaurant, which is kind of sexy, right? Thai food is sexy. Y'all can't lie.
Sexy, yeah.
All right, it's kind of sexy.
But not.
No. See, why you keep? We might get endorsed by them at some point.
No, I love. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
Like any restaurant, you can go to one where you're just like, man, that guy needs to be fired.
Right.
Yeah.
So don't deflect.
No, I'm already going. Trying to move
Yeah,
away.
you're trying to move away from it. So she says, "Oh my God, I love that restaurant. Let me go. I'm gonna put something on and go too." And then your girl is right here. She's like, "All right, that's cool. We're gonna go." But your girl puts some jogging pants on and a dirty t-shirt, whatever, and y'all gonna go out to eat. And then the other blonde comes in, stacked. She got every possible piece of clothing that you love.
How does she know? She just found out.
She just knew it.
She just knows
her
it.
intuition. And then something happens where your girlfriend says, "You know what? I don't like her. She's done."
Understandable.
Why is that understandable?
Because clearly she's trying to put the moves on me.
So how do you respond to that?
I'll be like, yeah, babe, you're kind of right. But, I mean, well, first off, how are things going with my hypothetical girlfriend? Is it great or is it like...
It's okay.
It's been rocky.
It's okay.
Well, if it's been rocky, I'm going to see where it goes. But if it's not going anywhere and this girl's awesome, you know...
So that takes me to the first part of the question. How can you be friends with a female and not feel nothing?
No, you can, but not if you're like attracted to that person.
Okay,
but
so
also,
you said you got to be
here's
an
the
ugly
thing.
female then.
No, it doesn't have to be an ugly female.
Okay.
But what you're describing is natural dating life, you know?
Okay.
Say let's put my hypothetical girlfriend in my shoes, right?
Right.
There's a dude that's fucking awesome and she's not really digging me anymore. I'm
Right.
not great. I'm not putting out, you know.
Right.
I'm looking like a slob. I look like a dirt bag, just caught out of bed. I'm not interesting anymore. I don't like to do the same things that she does. And there's
Right.
this super dude. I'd be like, I don't like you hanging out with that guy.
Exactly.
But I wouldn't be like, I wouldn't just be like, oh, but love me cause, you know, you gotta keep your, hey, I'm a dude. Love's conditional. All right. When you're a guy, love is conditional. You gotta work for that shit.
You got to work for it.
So for us, it's like,
So
if
you
I'm
don't
not doing better than, but I, just like how she would expect me to have the same, I'm with somebody, I would expect her to have that too.
Okay.
There's always going to be a better person to come around. Always.
Right.
There's always going to be someone that you're like, damn.
Yeah.
Like prime example, that hot girl in school and you start dating her and then you go to a family gathering and her sister is like her, but 10 times hotter. And then you go, fuck.
I plead the fifth. I never experienced that.
Everyone has had that happen.
I've never
Everybody's had,
experienced
and girls too. You've started to date a guy or been friends with a dude, and you're thinking about dating him. And then his brother comes in. He's like 5 inches taller. He's way more muscular. He's way
Super
cooler,
white teeth.
and he's older. Yeah, and you're just like, damn. Everyone has had that happen. Same with girls. All right.
Okay.
So, but what was it? What song? You know. If you can't love the one you want, love the one you're with, right? That's important.
So, okay.
Basically meaning that someone better is always going to come into the picture, but you haven't, you've like made a bond and you spent time with this person. Mm-hmm. So there's that mental.
It should be.
No, it should be.
Right.
Inside, you're like, this person, just like me, has decided that I am worth a lot of time and effort and everything else in my life. That is a lot better to me. That holds more value than if someone's just more attractive or just more into something that I'm into.
Okay.
You know, because that's
I go
like
with it.
that commitment way better for marriage.
Yeah.
What if that
definitely.
girl who is better? Oh, yeah. Okay. You could say better in every physical and maybe like, you know, habitual. I don't know, like all
Right.
the stuff I like to do way. But then I get with her and then she's just the same. She finds a better dude and then she leaves me when that original girl was like ride or die, right?
And
you lost out because you're an idiot.
Yeah, you did lose out.
So
You're an idiot.
that's what you deserve. But that's just dating life too.
I couldn't date then.
No,
I couldn't.
it's horrible.
Like,
it's horrible nowadays.
Like,
And not just for guys. I've talked to my girlfriends about it too, and they're like, "Nah, dating is fucked up nowadays."
Really?
For dudes too. Yeah, I'm sure there are just as equal many nut job guys as there are fucking psychopath chicks out there, man. Yeah.
Well, the reason I asked that is because, like I said, I was gonna wait on it because we were just recapping our weekends, but it's cool. We're already in now. We're
Starting
in
strong.
We're in now.
We didn't
So-
even plan that. That wasn't even a topic we were going
didn't.
to talk about.
But I'm looking at, and I've had a few people. Shouts out to everybody. I think Ian 5'8" something. I can't remember his name.
Shouts out to Hurricane Ian.
but no, yeah, it is Hurricane. It wasn't Ian. It was some other name.
No, we don't like that guy.
But anyway, he sent me, are y'all going to cover this?
Oh.
On Instagram.
We got like an actual fan submission?
Actual fan submission.
Hey.
And I was like, I don't know if I really want to cover it. And it's the celebrity divorces.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
The-
quite a lot of them right now.
The reason I didn't really want to cover the celebrity divorces because each case is different.
Mhm.
And I can see the issue in why how somebody came to this conclusion, right?
Yeah.
The first one that I saw was Tom Brady and Giselle, right?
Yeah.
Tom Brady he's him. What can we say?
Yeah.
He is him. And
I look at that and I say, why?
well, the thing is,
What's the point?
and it's 13 years, right? They've been married 13 years. He's been in football probably the same duration of time, maybe longer, right?
Sketchy. I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm joking.
but my thing is this: it's like, okay, for one, you've been that guy for.
There goes my phone. I saw it slowly go.
But you've been that guy for the longest. You got I don't know how many Super Bowl rings, right?
Yeah.
And you got a wife over here that was a supermodel, bagged up.
Wait, was she?
Yes, super bagged. Look her up. Hold on, I'm gonna show.
I didn't know that.
I'm gonna have to put it on the screen somewhere.
And this isn't me saying this, but my mom said the same thing. I was talking to her about it.
What's
She
that?
was like, "Oh, I don't really think she's that attractive." And I was like, "Hey, look at it this way. You got Tom
It's
Brady, right?
subjective.
You got Tom Brady. You got football dudes that would go gay for this guy, right?
Mhm.
You got out billions of women, right?
Right,
People love Tom Brady, and like I've never even heard of Gazelle. What's her name?
Giselle.
Sorry.
She's actually pretty though. She got a vibe.
No,
She's
I think
cute.
she's pretty for sure.
But okay,
But like, what value does she bring to the table?
I'm gonna
that,
tell you
know?
exactly what value she brings to the table, and this is
Was it a lot?
$30 million salary.
Nah, that's
No.
a
Her net worth is $400 million.
That's a lot more than me.
Right.
Yeah.
So she didn't. For me, just from the outside looking in, she didn't stay with Tom Brady for the money.
No,
She already
no.
had her own bag.
Yeah.
Right.
So she was a supermodel before.
Before.
Oh.
Yeah. And then she kind of backed up, and I'm the wife, I'm the mom, whatever.
Yeah.
Tom go out there and win the Super Bowls. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna be in the box, cheering on whatever team you're playing for.
Okay.
Cool. And I imagine him being like, "Well, hell, I love football," and she's like, "But yeah, it's time for you. Like you're at retirement age. It's done. It's
Oh,
done."
do you think that's what actually happened?
I think that's what happened. And she's like, "Well, I want to do maybe some family. Let's do a cooking show or something, anything." And Tom was like, "No, I play football. I'm a quarterback."
What's
Like,
wrong with that?
What's wrong with what?
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
With what?
What if he retired and then he was like, "Babe, stop modeling. You're old now. Stop modeling.
So you taking his side?
It's
is what
too
you're
late.
saying.
Stop modeling. Let's make a cooking show, babe. You're too old now. You're ugly. Let's stop modeling."
I mean,
But think about it. Isn't that kind of the same thing?
I wouldn't say that.
Modeling performance
Okay,
is you being able to perform the modeling.
right.
Football performance is you being able to
Perform,
play the football.
Okay.
What's wrong with him asking her in this scenario?
Well,
of
I
him
think
asking
my
her the
thing
same
is if she's dropped her modeling career, I can't really tell when the last time she's modeled. I have to get some fact checkers. But if let's say she stopped modeling like in 2012, whatever,
Wow.
right? Just hypothetically speaking,
Great year.
right? And then he comes up, he's like, "Well, yeah, I'm still playing football. I'm out here kicking it." And
He
he's
is.
already, yeah, I mean, he is. He's that guy.
You cannot deny. I, mean,
But-
I don't even root for his team, but I'm not. I'm not crazy.
But do so you don't feel like he owes her that? All right, I'm ready to retire. Maybe be an announcer or something like that.
No, why?
You don't feel like he owes her that.
No.
See, that's why that's the difference between you and me. Like,
Well, maybe
from
I don't have as much experience as you do. You've worked way longer than I have. You get it.
well, from a marital standpoint,
That too. I don't get that. I have no experience in that field.
Okay, but you know how it is to feel like somebody does everything that they want to do, and you rarely get a chance to do what you really want to do.
Yeah, but what's stopping her?
He might be stopping her.
Why?
Okay, so I see I'm gonna lose that one. Next,
I felt like she already had a bag before him, right?
right?
So she's not like one of those wives that live in the shadow of him because she already had
But
her thing.
he's the Tom Brady though.
Okay.
And she's Mrs. Brady at this point.
But she's not behind him. She's right next to him, and she could easily still do her thing.
I don't think
if she wanted to.
I don't think she's next to him at this point.
Both of them equally can hire like 1,000 nannies. Okay,
That's true.
Like, it's definitely
That's
not
true.
It's not the kids stopping them from doing something.
Okay.
I don't get that.
Okay,
know?
all right,
Like
so-
again, like it switched the roles, right? If my wife would still wanted to go do modeling,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, yeah, I'm done with football. You should be done with modeling too. Why? She'd look at me and go like, just go. Like I don't want to stop you from doing your stuff. Just go do it.
Okay.
And I'd be like, yeah, you're right.
All right, so then fast forward to this one. This one just came out with Tia Mowry and her husband.
Who's that?
Sister.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Her and her husband's getting divorced
Oh, man.
after 14 years.
It's a while.
It's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's just all of these things are somewhat connected for me, and I mean both of them. I feel like they got a decent look to them. You know, they're attractive people.
Yeah.
But my wife made a comment. She said, "Well, he's never looked like he's been into her like for real in a long time."
Really?
And for me, I'm like, yo, like sister. I mean, I remember being a kid. I was like, I'm gonna marry sister. Of course, it didn't happen. I kind of anyway. But I'm looking like, yo, all right. So that's another one, right? And then, do you know who Miguel is?
Yeah.
Miguel and his wife is getting divorced.
Dude.
So okay, for me,
Also,
it's.
can we talk about these water bottles real quick? they're gonna see me.
I tried to look, I wanted to make sure that we were hydrated.
This oxygen
shouts
tank of a water bottle.
Shouts out to Alkaline 9 pH. You know,
We're not sponsored, but you can if you want to.
you can if you want to.
I think it'd be pretty jazzy.
But I'm looking at all of this, right? I'm looking at Nia Long and her boyfriend. Now her boyfriend got caught, or her fiance got caught with the whole team.
Damn.
The host. But see, the thing is this. Okay, I feel like it's hard
Can't be doing
for.
that.
I think it all derives from people like the partner that's in the background, not knowing how to be comfortable being in the background.
Yeah, you gotta. But like, you don't. It's all mindset too. You don't have to.
What you mean?
You don't have to feel like you're in the background. Take this, right? I know it's like in some countries it's such a weird, like Vietnamese, like in Vietnam, it is such a weird feeling for like the dude to like sit back and have the wife working majority of the jobs. But actually, I think since the war, that's kind of what happened to them. A lot of the wives go to America, make money, and send it back to the husband and the kids. But like still there's that big stigma where they hate it. Because it like totally destabilized their like partnership culture over there.
Right.
I think I could be talking about a whole nother different country, but I think that's what I heard. I don't care if my wife was like a top U.S. surgeon, right, making a bag.
Right.
I would just do what I want to do. I would just like stream online or something. And I'd be okay being in her shadow because I would try to just do my own thing.
You're different though, and I've said that plenty of times. Like I think the average.
Different.
I think the average partner or the average spouse starts that way, where they want to be kind of, you know, they're fine with playing the background, especially if they marry into this big celebrity that's been a celebrity since the 90s.
Oh, you have to expect
like
that.
you just have to. It just comes with the territory.
Like if Jay Beebs marries somebody, some random girl,
Right.
Like I'd be like, you're goofy if you don't automatically think that you're going to be well, when you start dating me, you're going to be plastered everywhere, right?
Right.
And then after like a year, they're nothing, you know?
Exactly. So for me, I think social media is playing a part of it for sure. Because I think the more you see your spouse, and I hate to put the quotations because people are treating divorces like I'm breaking up with you. Like it's not.
Yeah. Yo, that don't even get me started into like, I mean, I was raised Catholic, right? Mm-hmm. And you might as well try to kill your wife before you to get a divorce, right?
Okay.
Like
Yeah, I mean, in the church, it's been like that before, but I think it's gotten a little bit more lenient over time.
And I know a lot of people don't like it. I don't like it. The marriage is like,
it's supposed to be sacred.
it's called an oath, man. You can't, you can't break that. till death, dude. That's what they say.
What I look at is this: when it comes to marriage, if you can technically sue your spouse and get spousal support for the rest of your life, it's a legal binding contract for one.
Yeah, marriage has become less spiritual and sacred and more like legally binded. Like even people who aren't religious still get married.
Exactly.
And it's like, why even take the vows that bind you, like, your soul,
yeah,
right?
it's weird.
Bind
it's
your
weird.
spirit when you're just doing it for, like,
exactly.
the state. You know, just go to the courthouse then.
So all of these divorces are coming up right now. I kind of got to take the Tom Brady and Giselle out of the equation. Maybe even Tia and her husband. Sorry, I can't remember what his name is, and I'm not gonna look it up right now. It is what it is. But
living in the shadow right there.
I just added to the shadow, didn't I?
Tia, whatever his name is.
But I look at it like this. All right, take notes from the people that's before you. I tell Shamir the readings on, what is it? Read the tea leaves is what they say.
Yeah, right.
Something like that.
I'll believe you.
Or the writings on the wall.
Writings on the wall.
The writings on the wall. If you got people like Denzel Washington and his wife,
yeah,
we barely know what her name is.
I don't know what her name is.
Guess what?
What?
They've been married for I'm gonna look it up. They've been married for
I bet like
the
30?
longest. What?
30, like 35, 30 something. Because he ain't young.
I'm about to see.
Here we go.
Look.
This is where I pad for time. How long have you been married? Write it in the comments. I would love to know, you know, and write if you and your wife, write who makes the most money. Don't actually do that. That's pretty weird.
Okay, almost 40 years.
Yeah,
married.
I said 35 just because.
Right? Almost, and her name is Pauletta. Shouts out to
know.
Pauletta. We
Shouts
gonna
out
give
Pauletta.
look, she's a real one. She's one of the real ones. But if you look at Denzel Washington and his wife, you look at Oprah and Stedman, they're still not married.
Really?
Or maybe they might be married on the low. They might be married on the low. Oprah.
Oprah's doing some weird shit though. I don't know.
I'm not gonna talk about Oprah because she might pick us up. Anyway, so you got all of these relationships that's made it, and the partners in the background. That means they've adapted to a certain extent, and they've learned how to be, I'm gonna say, for one, constructive in the background. They've learned how to thrive in the background, and they cheer on their partner to keep winning.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. I think social media has made it an issue to be in the background because now I need to post for the gram.
Dude, people can't even. In the grand scheme of things, we're all background characters, and people still can't accept that. They're not even, their spouse isn't even famous, and they can't accept being a backer. Like, we're all just people, you know?
Yeah.
Even famous actors, they're still just people.
Yeah.
Like, you can't think of them as, like, these pop culture gods and these idols that, like, you're like, I have to worship you. If I get you to sign my sock, it's going to be worth how much money? Like, I mean, like, but that's how people think. You know? It's crazy. But yeah, Instagram's, dude, don't even get me started on Instagram.
So, okay. Out of all of these divorces that we're reading about, do you think, and Shamir made a post, and I don't want to talk about that post. It's a good post, too. I don't want to talk about it because I'm going to misquote it. You know?
Okay. Do you know the gist of it?
Yeah, the gist of it is the guy was saying that, sorry, if you see this clip, I'm sorry. I'm going to learn your name. But the guy was saying that, you know, a lot of people that's getting divorced don't have to get divorced. They need to learn he said they have to learn a new dance. Sometimes when you get to a certain point, you don't want to do the same dance with your partner. You want to change.
Yeah, change up the
dance.
dance.
You know, if you've been doing ballroom dance, maybe you want to do hip hop. Mm-hmm. Maybe you want to do hip hop dance. Maybe you want to do SMS. Maybe you want to do some bondage. This is going down a dark road. But anyway, you might want to change up.
Okay.
Dollar Tree lube.
Maybe you want to whip somebody. Maybe you want to get some Dollar Tree lube.
Chains, whips, leather.
Exhibition.
Sounds like a... Anyway, maybe it's that. And you got to introduce something new to your relationship. I'm not talking about swinging. I know people... I just have to dismount this. Well, some people might want to do that.
There are so many people. So there was this small community, right?
Okay.
I'm not gonna name
it.
No,
I'm going.
I mean, I used to do business in this small community, and it was acting. No,
It was it.
I'm not gonna tell you. I'll tell you after.
Okay, tell me after.
It wasn't until after that I learned that, like, the majority of these people were swinging the whole time, and I had no idea about it because I was more involved in.
How didn't you know? Well, you don't know.
No, I didn't know. I wasn't really
sexual
involved in the
stuff.
parents. Like, they would. I was more like, it's when I used to teach.
Okay.
So I was teaching kids at the time, their kids. And
Okay.
I had no idea. And then I found out, and I was like, I taught your children. That is whack.
How did you find out though?
It's,
They invited you.
no, someone
Be a
who,
young
someone
stud.
who, it wasn't even in the school. Not even in the school. It was a person who also had business in that small community.
Okay.
Like years later, that I became friends with, and they were like, "Oh, you used to work over there?" And I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "Dude, they all fuck each other," and I was like, "What?" And they were telling me, and they were naming names, and I was like, "I know them."
That sounds like fun.
Hey, again, to each their own. Like, if that is the hedonistic community that you want to live in, and that's your values,
I couldn't do it.
they're not mine. I couldn't do it either.
I think I'm a little bit jealous.
I'm very monogamous.
Nah, like, yeah,
No,
you,
I can't do that.
No. Yeah, I'm looking at your wife,
Yeah.
bro. Like, why are you looking at my wife? Don't do that.
I'm gonna fuck your wife.
No, you're not. Don't
and
do
you're
that.
gonna
No,
want me to, and then you're gonna fuck my wife.
No, I don't like it. I don't like
Exactly. I'm like, no.
Well, the thing is,
That's
okay.
dude. I
So
like being a cuck. Have you heard about that?
no.
You've never heard about getting cucked?
What? Okay.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
no,
Bob.
dude.
Well, what is
This
that
is
mean?
this is
What
mad. This is mad lubricant
This is
segment.
mad lubricant. Okay, we're gonna mad lubricant.
We'll
We gonna
put
that on there.
18 plus. So getting
Pornhub status.
cucked is like. Now I guess
This
to
sounds
to-
bad.
It is, dude. It is. Just in the word, you know that someone's getting fucked because it sounds like it. So getting cucked is where, like, if I
Can
was.
you give me an edited version? Because I feel like it's gonna be gross.
It is
It's about to
what?
be gross.
No, I mean it's where it is where some other man has relations with your wife, and you
Okay.
just either watch or just know about it, and you're like cool with it. And then sometimes in other cases, these dudes like it.
The spouse of the person, they like it.
Yep.
No.
I can't. I know.
No.
I know.
No.
I can't do that. I don't want to shame anybody, but I'm gonna shame you. That's not.
I mean, bruh, like, why would you do that though?
I don't
Why
know.
would you?
I don't know. I know some guys that are like forced into it because they love this woman so much, and then she gets dissatisfied in the relationship, and then she's just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna fuck other dudes. You can be cool with it, or I'm gonna do it anyway. So you might as well be cool with it." And then these sad men are like, okay,
Okay,
I got,
okay.
yeah, I mean, all right.
This is a good question.
I can't, dude.
This is a good question. So if you and your spouse enter into that space, right?
No.
No, just listen.
Yeah.
If you enter into that space, neither one of you are pleased, right?
Yeah.
What are your options? I'm gonna see how mature Sean is on this in this answer. What are your options to get to a concluding point where you are pleased?
Man, they got books about that stuff. They got things you can like practice. They got ways, man. Talk about it. Communicate. Get on a better page.
Okay.
Maybe bring some religion into it. I don't know, you know?
Yeah.
Understand that you gotta when you get to that point, you gotta really take your mind out of the box.
Yeah.
And you gotta look at the big picture. You gotta look at it.
I will say, without dispelling or giving away too much information, the 11 years we've been married, right? Not me and Sean. I'm talking about me and my wife.
Yeah, we're not married.
We're not married.
But
But the
TikTok would like to think so, but
yeah,
no.
TikTok says all the time. But out of all of that time, I can say it's been certain periods of time where you're like, yo, you gonna do that again? Or what we gonna do? Like, you gonna do that? Like,
That's normal, dude.
But I think what happens in a lot of relationships, we don't know how to communicate that level of not being pleasured
Yeah.
or being honest. I think I will say this. We got to the point, I won't give no timelines, but we got to the point where it's just like, oh, you're not serving good D. I'm like, well, shoot. Well, fine then. But see, I think a lot of people and defining good D, right? Understanding what's
Michael Crawford, defining good deed. Understanding
good understanding what good D is. It could just be the fact that maybe you have to extend the period of time,
Let me write this down.
right? It might be the thing that you might have to extend the period of time. It could be, well, maybe I'm not communicating enough throughout the day. Like there's some of the stuff. Shouts out to the husband group, but one of the things that I've seen in the husband group, and it's been some of those sad characters that you're talking about. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna say it. I'm sorry if you're watching the pod. If you're watching the pod, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to put your information out there.
Well, no, we're not going to say any names. No one knows who it is.
No names, but it's one husband that was in the husband group, and I joined this husband group so I can learn different things to do in my marriage and as a man.
That's smart.
Just different things to do, and it's working. Right, it's worked. Everybody's good. You know, we're getting in the good space where we romantic and all that stuff again. Right, but one husband from the group was like, "Yeah, my wife moved in with her. She moved in with the guy that she's cheating with." So all of the husbands from the group was like, "Bro, she belongs to the streets.
Yeah.
Just
That's
let her go
below the streets, the sewer system."
But I will say, I think the more humans, I can't say husband, wife, I can't say wife and wife, whatever it is, whatever your preference is. Everybody has to get to the point where they're okay with being transparent, with get their feelings hurt.
Yeah.
Like
How are you married and not transparent? First off,
it's very easy.
It's
very easy.
Yeah, I can see how you can slump into that, but you can't, man. I think that's why I think I intimidate the fuck out of my girlfriends because I'm very transparent from the get go. I just don't stop.
Well, at some point, I think it's necessary to be transparent, to be transparent in
Beyond transparent.
the beginning of a relationship, right? Because everybody's going to meet the representative. It's a given.
Yeah.
You're going to meet the guy that got the what's the cologne back in the day we used to like to wear? Issey Miyake. That was like a theme back in the day.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Issey Miyake.
Issey Miyake. We all used to wear, oh yeah, what you got on, boy? I got the Issey Miyake, whatever. So we would wear that, get the fresh, clean cut, wash the car, maybe have an extra $100 because you're going to ball outrageous. $100 went far back in the day. But you did all of that stuff, and she meets this representative, right? You're not going to, first date, you're not going to say, well, I like doing XYZ, something that's kind of embarrassing. Like,
oh, well, no.
Yeah, you're not going to be that transparent.
I thought you meant transparent as in, like, just being upfront.
What's
with
upfront to you?
Who you are, what you like, As in, like...
Example?
Like, what you're about. Like, say a couple dates in.
Okay, so for you, it's a couple dates. What's a couple? 2, 3?
Oh, I guess, okay, not a couple then. Like, yeah, like, I feel like 4 or 5,
4 or 5, okay.
But, like, well, what are we releasing? What are we talking about?
Well, that's the thing. I think nobody really gets to the point of releasing a certain level of transparency.
I mean, when you become a couple.
Okay.
That's way down the line of dates.
Okay.
That's probably past, like, I mean, as many as they want.
Right.
But that's, like, where you can say, like, no, we're going out. Like, that's my girlfriend.
Got you.
Then I'm pretty why would you not be pretty transparent?
But at what level of transparency, though?
Well, yeah, obviously not, like, here's my entire life story right when we start dating.
Okay, so for me, I like, and this is years after being married, right? I think I would prefer, like, of course, the natural questions are, how many people did you sleep with?
Oh, damn.
How many bodies you got? All that kind of stuff.
This is great. Okay, when would you, because you are married. Okay. You've gone way farther than I have. Okay. When would you release that classified information?
Well, that's the point. It's never a situation.
Oh, so you might never.
Right. That's what I'm saying. What now? I haven't. I've never. Like, and not on purpose. Yeah. It just ain't. It hadn't been one of them things.
I think in the religious world it would come a lot sooner. I feel like the girl's definitely going to want to know how many people you slept with.
But then you can lie.
Because if they're a virgin,
you can lie.
You're a fucking dog.
Well, you can lie.
I wouldn't lie.
But the thing is, like, at what point would you come out? And the reason I say that is this.
Are you talking American Pie rules where if you say how many you slept with, the girls double it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, from a marital standpoint, I think the level of transparency that people want
Versus what they get.
versus what they get, and the level of disgust that I think. Okay, this is just in my Scorpio world, right?
Here we go.
Here we go. I think a lot of times people get into these relationships, they're dating. Like I said, you meet your best representative.
Yeah.
Then you get engaged. I'm fast tracking everything. You get engaged.
This is really fast.
You meet.
Keep going.
You're in with the family. Now you're in 3 years into the marriage. Husband over here may have been at something equivalent to spring break weekend or week. Husband is kind of attractive.
Yeah.
He slept with 30 girls at spring break. That's a normal night for him. Wife, i.e. super attractive as well, slept with the 30 men. Neither one of those people are going to be transparent. She's going to be like, yeah, I've been with 3 people.
I think it's something you can tell.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You
can't tell if somebody's out here.
so far haven't gotten it wrong.
Okay.
You could tell if someone's been with like 15 plus people.
And
they have a look and they have a vibe to them.
So in church world then.
Like, look at me. Do you honestly think I've been past 15 people? Right? I don't have that.
How many
vibe.
people?
I have not been past 15.
50?
No, 15.
50. You said 50.
50? I'm nowhere near 50. God, good Lord, man. Hell no.
But I think, okay.
We got to remember, I was a loser in high school.
I was too, but
right?
But in college.
I didn't go to college.
Okay.
Oh, if I went to college, I'd probably be. I'd have like 3 kids by now.
You'd have been
which
out
I'm glad I didn't go to college.
You'd have pledged your oath to the streets of belonging.
When I was college age, I did not have the morale and the morals and the compass that I do now, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I was very heathenistic when I was in college.
So, again, at what point can you be transparent? Because at this point, you're married.
I'll just tell her. I'll just be honest. If she asks,
it ain't gonna come out.
Because you date to marry, man. If I date to marry, and she's giving me nothing but bullshit, I'm not gonna marry her. And I would think vice versa. If she's asking me, and especially if it's someone from the town that I live in, they're gonna know. They're probably gonna know. It's not a big town.
Okay.
People know who dated and who didn't date. So they're gonna be like, if I say, number, and they're gonna go bullshit.
Well, I think even in that,
if I say 50, they're gonna laugh at me.
I'm gonna tell you what happens. I'm gonna tell you what happens in a man's brain.
Okay.
And it's a lot of fellas out there. I know y'all like me. Shouts out to the fellas.
I don't know about this because I'm neither a man or a woman. I'm actually androgynous.
Shouts out to the it people and the they people. Y'all are great.
But I love the IT people.
Is that offensive?
What?
Shouts out to the it and they people.
I think it's it's in a comedic jest, it's fine.
Okay, it's fine. Okay. If y'all do have an issue with it, just let me know.
This is comedy.
I will not edit it out.
No. This is all for funnies.
But okay, so if you're already in, and I'm thinking as a man, if you're already in this relationship, your relationship is going amazing.
Oh, then
this woman loves you.
Yeah.
Like she loves you didn't wipe your ass good enough and you got dookie stripes on your underwear. She throws the underwear in the washing machine and wash your dirty drawers.
She a real one if she's washing
she loves you.
My shit on boxers. She's a real one.
At what point will you get to tell her, oh yeah, I was a slut 10 years ago?
I'd say if she's washing the shit off my pants, I would say she does not care at that point. Oh no, really? Well, I don't gotta worry. I've come. Also, first off, you can't run from the truth. All right.
Okay.
If you were a slut, and your partner finds out and they don't like that, you reap what you sow.
That's true.
Sorry.
That's
that
true.
You can't.
It's a saying.
Check yourself before you. What my coach in high school used to say: check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Fool.
Yeah, fool. He was. He did say it like that.
Well, it's kind of one of those. I don't know if it's in the black community and the white community, but I'll say it. They say, if you've been a hoe as a man,
yeah,
you get blessed with girls. as for daughters.
No, that's
all I have is
wait.
daughters.
What? Oh no!
Not your
Is
girls
that
being
really
hoes.
a thing?
But
You
yeah,
have girls?
if the dad was a hoe, he's gonna get nothing but girls, and you better do right by them girls. Because if you don't do right, you're gonna raise more hoes.
That's an urban legend. I like that.
You like that? But so
They used to call you the urban legend.
my nickname. Somebody's gonna look it up.
Oh no!
My nickname in college, I gave myself was Prince Night Heat.
This one never stuck. You can't give it to yourself.
Hey, I did.
A nickname is a name someone gives you. A nickname is when you give it yourself.
I was an entrepreneur. I was
entrepreneur.
my trade was renting porn.
Slinging dick.
I was the original porn renter in college.
That's right. You talked about that on the
I did
podcast.
talk-
That's right. You were blockbuster. You were cockbuster. Oh man.
Yeah. So it was fun.
That's the dirtiest.
It's a job, man. I made extra money. And that next weekend I went and played at church.
Completely
weekend.
untaxed.
See? Anyway,
You're playing at church like, I have an industry. I'm a fucking entrepreneur.
I ain't gonna lie. Have you thought about, and maybe, I'm sorry.
What?
It's going left field. Have you thought about this? I remember the
I just don't know where it's going to go.
No, I remember back in the day. So when you grow up in the South and you're a musician in the church, I'm sorry, musicians, a lot of y'all are hoes. I'm just putting that out there. So
in high school, my high school band class, they were getting the most.
Exactly.
Was band
the most
kids.
Woman.
They were
woman
yeah,
parts,
no, both.
The most woman parts.
But no, the men and women in band were so horny. They would go after anybody. I mean, you'd see some of the boyfriends they come in with. You're like, this guy? You're like, this guy?
Yeah.
If you just need like
D, you gotta edit P and D.
Damn.
We're talking about P and D.
Peanut butter.
So
P and D.
So as a musician, and of course musicians, we were all at church. We enjoy church. We love the Lord. Shouts out to Big Jesus. But we'll be playing, right? And then so happens this girl, this front row, she's low-key thick. So you're like, oh, wow. You're playing and you're trying not to look, but you're like, sheesh. Like, look at this. Do y'all see what she came into church looking like? Look at her.
So you're all like, amazing. Damn.
Yeah. So a lot of the things musicians face in the church world, it's like, yo, I'm trying to be saved. I'm trying to be a wholesome person. But I see Miss Thicky over here, and I'm going to go after I leave church. A lot of musicians, speaking from experience and friendships.
Oh, my God.
So, but the thing is, okay, at what point can you be transparent about that?
You already have been.
I'm me. I don't care.
Man.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. Me too. Like if also, dude, I gotta date a girl with a foul sense of humor. I have to. If she can't joke about like
P&D.
shit like it's just not gonna work, man. It can't.
Do you think there are women that exist out there like
Oh
that?
yeah, no, they're funny. They're funny women out there for sure.
Okay.
I know the meme is that women can't be funny, right? But that's not true. The funniest women aren't comedians. That's what I've always said. They're the funniest dudes. The funniest people are not in it for comedy. The funniest woman, one of the funniest women I've met for sure, is like super big with Jesus in the church. She's hilarious, man. And she's not a comedian. She's just funny, dude. So it's girls like that. I would just there's just no way that what? Oh no.
All right, so I got another question cuz I'm starting to add these things up, right?
Yeah. We're calculating.
So if all of these people, and I'm sorry, this is a long conversation. We got more subjects to talk about.
Yeah, I haven't asked you about your weekend yet.
You still haven't, but it's cool. My weekend is about marriage, so voila.
There you go.
But Will Smith and Jada, right? They've been together for 25 years. Just think about this, right?
Yeah, time don't mean shit.
It kind of does. Well, no, but the transparency is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, she's transparent.
He is too,
But not just with her.
I don't know how many years ago they were talking about being in an open marriage,
Yeah.
right? The issue came in when one of the people that they were open with in the marriage talked about it on the.
It's his son's friend, right? That you can't do that.
You can.
I don't
You
care if
could.
you're in an open marriage, man. That's like you.
Or you do it. No.
Imagine your
no,
daughter's
I'm not in an open marriage.
right? But that's
And
messed
I'm
up.
not. My daughter's not gonna go to somebody that's in an open marriage either,
God, dude.
because I'm gonna have an issue with that.
Exactly.
But anyway,
Right.
but the fact that they were transparent enough to say, okay, well, I like this, and if you're not doing that, then hey. Same thing with Nia Long and her fiance. It might. Okay, I was gonna talk about this last week, but I was like, do I want to talk about it? I took a week to think about it. I do want to talk about it.
I'm
Right?
game. I'm ready.
So, if you're in a relationship, and I guess it'd be the relationship pod today, but
How about that?
you're in a relationship and this woman that everybody's like Halle Berry. How you think Halle Berry looks? You think she's pretty?
Yeah.
Who's like the drop dead gorgeous celebrity?
Oh,
for you?
jeez, me?
Why
Dude,
don't you
right
pick
now.
somebody random.
No, Margot Robbie, dude.
Who is that?
Like Margot Robbie or like, I'm trying to think, like Natalie Portman kind of people, like actresses.
Okay, but
Yeah.
who is that though?
You don't know Margot Robbie?
No.
If you saw her, you'd know.
Do you know who Nia Long is?
Neil, no.
Exactly. Same
Oh,
thing.
okay. We're on the same level.
Same
We're on the
thing.
same, right, cool,
But
yeah.
anyway, she is like one of the go-to beautiful women in Black Hollywood. We're like, oh my gosh, she is her, right? Her. But anyway, she's her. The fiance is this coach. He's him in his world too. And somebody posted on Facebook, and I got tagged in it. It was like, "What you think?" So I was like, "Hey,
You
they found the girl, one of the girls that he cheated with, and posted her."
Yo, that's the thing, man. My biggest rule my parents ever taught me, and like when you were raised like we were, and the internet was new, we had like internet classes, which would be like, hey, we're gonna teach you how to use the internet, and if you post something, it'll be there forever, you know, because they were trying to warn you back in the day. At least they were trying to warn kids, like, if you post anything,
It's here.
there is a potential that it will never be erased unless you the feds. But if you're not, it'll never be erased. So like, there's now people are so fucking careless, man.
So but it wasn't her and him.
Yeah.
They just found out. Oh, this is one. I think she's like probably a prospect too. I don't know that they have like concrete evidence.
There's probably just people who are curious. One of my friends, man, she can find anybody.
Really?
Yeah, that's not even her job. She's just good with computers.
Okay.
She's just like good with searches and like social media. Find anybody.
So they find the girl that Nia Long's fiance did his thing with.
Yeah.
Posted her. Hey, Mag, what you think? I give the shrug arms and said, I get it. The only reason is this. Okay, the only reason is this. All right. Behind closed doors, Nia Long might be a whole different beast. She might be a different force to be reckoned with.
Of course, yeah.
And from the outside looking in, of course, I hate to say it, but a lot of dudes, I'm trying to figure out how not to say it like that. A lot of dudes that might be on the low totem pole for getting females that don't have talk game or that don't have the it value, that thing that women like.
Yeah.
They'll look at her like, oh, she's like the pinnacle. How could he do that? Like, oh my God. For me,
you never know.
For me, looking in, and I know, I mean, back in my day, I did decent. I know how to talk.
Yeah.
And I know how to have a conversation. And pretty women is just pretty women. Like, it is what it is.
You gotta have that.
For me, I'm like, oh, y'all are losers. Like, y'all just ain't never been with no pretty girl before.
How can he do that? Are y'all bitches?
Like, that's how I looked at it.
They come to you like, Mag, how can he do this? Easy.
Very easy.
I can tell you 8 ways that I would have done it.
And so for me, I'm like, okay, I feel like people have to get some kind of awareness. Like,
Yeah.
you're in a certain league, whatever. Stay out of other people's business. Honestly, I think that's what all of it is.
Yeah.
Because it's none of our business what these people do.
No, dude, you don't even know who they are, too. You
Behind closed doors,
also,
you don't know.
This is why, like, actors and actresses will date each other, too, because they're the only ones that, like, know how this world works. Their world, I mean.
Right.
Their world works. That's why they date each other all the time, because they're like, oh, you get it.
You get it.
I got to go do this in the morning. Like, oh, I know how that is. If they came and talked to me about that, I'd be like, yeah, I got to go to work. And they, like, I wouldn't know how it is.
I will say I have to retrieve a little bit of my statement on a few pods ago.
Really?
We were talking about the...
oh, if I could, I would retract all my
the
statements.
female actresses and male actresses kissing. Like the kissing scenes. I was like...
Do you see? It's a job.
I can see... And only reason I say that, only reason I'm retracting the statement is because I understand when you're putting a product together, it's still business for me anyway. It's business. Mm-hmm. But if you're putting a product together, not porn. You can't do porn.
No.
Porn is...
Some people do. I couldn't. Even having an OnlyFans girlfriend, I couldn't do that.
Well, I almost could do that. I almost could.
If I had a friend who was already doing it
mm-hmm.
for years, and I thought they were just, because sometimes you can't choose who you love.
She's got to be by herself. She can't be with a partner.
No. If you're,
I'm just saying.
If you got a dude that comes over regularly for
hey, what's up, bro?
Yeah, no, I'd be like, get out. I'd be like, no. I'd be like, what? Go to his house. You live there.
Why are you here?
Get out of my house. Yeah.
But I get it. I get why it's important for actors to get embodied into the role and deliver on screen. The only thing I ask, shouts out to my wife.
What? Tell him not to leg it.
Well, that part, and not get sold to the part so much where reality comes and you like
don't method act.
Yeah. Hold on. What's that?
Method acting.
Like
that's
meth?
Yeah, no.
Like, what does that mean?
I do meth before I act. No. Method acting is where I think that's what Christian Bale does. He gets so into the character that he like will be the character on set and off set to like remain in the character. I don't think that might not be Christian Bale. I might be confusing it with another actor.
Like the Joker.
Oh, Heath Ledger.
He pretty much did.
Yeah. Or like Jared Leto does that. But a lot of how Jared Leto does
it. Jim Carrey does it too, don't he?
Yeah. Jim Carrey's done it a couple times. Yeah.
Okay.
And like, if that helps you, go for it. If that's your, that's how you do it. Sure, but I don't method act.
Okay. All right. So speaking of acting, we're gonna move to the next subject: Kanye West and White Lives Matter. And the white guy just adjusts himself in the seat. Okay. So, black...
It's 59. I can't cancel myself.
Black Twitter, black TikTok, calm down.
Yeah.
Kanye West does not mean it. I'm going to tell you why I know. I talked to him yesterday. I didn't. All right, I'm lying. I did not talk to Kanye West.
I called him up and he said, nah, I was just kidding.
Okay, so... I have my take on this, right?
Yeah.
I want you got to go first. What is your take?
Look.
No, Kanye West and Candace Owens wearing White Lives Matter.
I like Candace Owens. I feel like, I don't know, from what I've seen, she's there's some of the things she says, I'm like, okay, I can see that.
But them wearing...
Kanye's just nuts, man. I love him.
Them wearing White Lives Matter on
where were they?
Fashion Week.
That's where they were?
Because
I don't know anything about this. I just saw the screenshot you sent me.
And they made, I think he had all of his models wear White Lives Matter. So,
we're back, baby.
The whites are back in style.
The whites are all right,
All right, so what do you think this comes from? Why do you think he did it?
I think it's just a meme, dude. It's just funny.
So you think he was just like this? So you don't feel like he was pandering to white people?
No.
Okay.
No. Dude, look at it. I feel like Kanye is. Well, who would you say his fan base is? Because I wouldn't say it's just white people at all. And if you did that, you'd actually get less white people to listen to you. I'm not kidding. He did it for me. That's like you see. I saw this video where this guy was dressed up as a shark, and he's at he's at a straight parade, a straight pride parade, because it's funny.
Okay.
There is no straight pride. It's funny. So this woman came up trying to interview him. She's like, why are you here? Why do you? And he goes, I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny. You know, I'm just here to. She goes, do you think it's actually just a joke? And he's like, yeah, it's just a joke. I feel like Kanye is the type to he loves it, dude. He loves stirring the pot.
And that's my take as well. That's my take as well. But and enough black folk can eat me alive if I really say what I want to say.
What?
Okay, so let's unpack Kanye West's career so far, right? He did the whole George Bush hates black people during the Katrina, right?
Yeah.
Then he comes back and does...
Which nobody was a fan of George Bush, though.
Right. But then he does
At least
all of these other records that I would say is kind of pro-black, super pro-black records, right?
Yeah.
During graduation, college dropout, all this stuff. Then he comes out with Black Skinhead, which I love that record, by the way.
That's a good one.
It's a really good record.
Mm-hmm.
So he does that.
It's the workout one, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Then he comes up with the Trump hat. And
Which that's just political.
right?
Because a lot of people, they keep associating the Trump hat with the symbol of white supremacy.
Right.
But it's like, it's not, dude.
It's
like,
not.
I know, you know.
So then he does this
Yeah.
with the White Lives Matter. I personally feel like it's genius. It's a genius move.
Why do you think?
All right, so if, let's say right now, and you said it before on the pod, like, it's harder for you to get some white girls to maybe be interested.
Why? Into what?
Just dating, giving you the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, white people are just crazy. I feel like, especially college white girls are just nuts, dude.
Okay.
They're just bizarre.
So if that's part of your take, all right, and then you insert the saying that's existed for years. Well, white people own everything in America. I'm just saying. I'm just giving you what's been said.
I don't know
over time.
about white people. I think it might be a certain, maybe a certain group of white people.
So we would say white people own America. Just put it out there, right?
Okay.
That's one of those things. And then
with the majority for sure.
right?
Yeah.
So then we insert Black Lives Matter. We insert riots. We insert insurrection. We insert all of these, I guess, quote unquote, hateful things that kind of discredits humanity.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and all the news and all the drumming up of this, you know, insurgence of white supremacy, which just it's not. Where is it? You know, it's not.
So my take on Kanye with the White Lives Matter is the same take as Black Lives Matter. I'm gonna tell you why. When we first saw the idea of Black Lives Matter and where it was inserted as far as the political climate, right?
Yeah.
Everybody, including white people, was like, yeah, Black Lives Matter. I get it. From the standpoint of being humane.
Oh yeah, no. As
Right?
soon as it was like branded the hey, like this matters, like everybody jumped on.
Right.
They were like, well, of course it does.
But then, after Black Lives Matter, what came up? Blue Lives Matter.
Oh yeah.
Right?
But nobody got behind that.
But
though.
that's only because I'm gonna say everything that's centered around policing areas. How they say is majority of black people being shot and all this stuff. I can't disagree with it. A lot of it's right there.
Is the Blue Lives Matter? Was that like because cops die a lot?
Right. So they were trying to say
So,
that.
yeah, I mean, I guess you could say both. They're hella true. Cops definitely die all the time.
Okay.
And then Black lives.
So then you say White Lives Matter. Why wouldn't we have the same? And like I said, I know they're gonna tear me up.
I know the arguments. The arguments are like, well, historically, white people have always had a place of privilege. They've always, you know, they're not the ones that need help. And it's like, I don't.
So
it's like it's so situational. There are poor ass white people, you know, the same way.
I've seen them.
Yeah, it's very situational. You can't, you know, and like we said before, the white people that are in charge are like what, not even less than 1.001% of white people. It's like, it's
Right.
definitely not. It's easier to say white people because there's 68% of us in the whole country. We vastly outnumber any other race in this country.
They're gonna tear you up for that.
That's just statistical. That's literally just statistics.
Okay.
Spanish is 20. There's more Spanish, Latin America, and Mexican people than there are black people in this country.
Yeah. Yeah.
Black people, I think, are what, 13,
Something like that.
14%?
Okay, so in saying that, when you say these blanketed statements, Black Lives Matter, Blue Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, all lives matter, they had an issue with that one too.
That's the biggest one too. White Lives Matter is clearly, I think everybody's just knows it's a joke, but the All Lives Matter, that gets under people's skin.
So, but for me, let's fast forward everything.
Yeah.
Let's fast forward 20 years from now, right? Let's say, and I hate to say it, but is Mixie a bad? Is that a bad thing?
Mixie? I think taking a word and putting E at the end of anything is probably pretty bad. Imagine if someone said brownie. Right?
I am brownie.
That's pretty bad.
I love brownies.
I wouldn't say that.
I love brownies.
Hey.
Especially edible ones.
Whitey.
Whitey.
I don't like, I mean, you can call me that, but
okay, anyway.
It's got a sting to it where I'm like, whoa.
Let's say the majority of America is mixed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mixed race by 2042. Just put that number out there, right?
Yeah.
White supremacy can't technically exist.
No.
Black, was it pro-black and black? Black. It can't exist technically because everybody's mixed up.
Yeah.
So now what's the issue?
No, they'll find something.
And that's my point.
Like the whole vax thing, they'll go to that. They'll be like, oh, which of you are this and which of you are not.
Unvax,
yeah,
whatever,
they'll find. They've proved that they can find a way to make anybody fight anybody.
Question: Who is they?
Oh, come on, clearly the
them,
the elite,
them, they.
Yeah, the ones in charge, the government, the people who write the news. They don't write it themselves. Come on, who?
Okay.
Like, look at CNN. Right, CNN's ratings are so trash. Who's funding them?
Okay, and there's something off subject, but when we went to the wedding, shouts out to Courtney Hicks. Hey, hold up, I got to give her a clap because she was like an amazing person. We played for her wedding, and hold up, I got it muted. There we go. Shouts out to Courtney Hicks. But I learned from the other news broadcasters that were there that a lot of these TV stations, i.e. let's say Fox of Texas,
Yeah,
or Fox of Atlanta, or ABC of North Carolina, is privately owned by this guy that owns a meat factory that earns $100 million a year, that type of deal. It's not necessarily straight from the headquarters. So that's something I learned. I was like, oh, wow. Yeah, some of them. They're not like in iHeartRadio and all that stuff, or the Clear Channel.
Like, I think CNN gets most of their funding overseas. Like, CNN does better in other countries than it does in our own country. That's why you see CNN in the airports all the time. It's like mainly CNN in airports. Yeah.
So.
Which is also why other countries think that we're.
Yeah.
A lot of countries have such a horrible opinion of the U.S. because all they watch is CNN. It's like, dude, you have no idea what's going on here.
And they think all of the black people are rappers. Like, it's just like,
they think
no,
everybody. Which, I mean, the way that they like even like schools and programs and whatever you call them, the way that they make like the NBA look like it's the only thing is your only hope is you play basketball, or your only hope is to play football. I hate that stuff.
And that's
like, you can do whatever you want to do, right? You're a normal guy in America. You can be whatever you want to be. Yeah. I don't like it that because like what? How many people actually get rich? How many? Like 7? 7 people every 5 years actually make it to the NBA, and we're telling like millions of black kids that that's
what. Okay, so back to the Kanye West White Lives Matter shirt. I think, and I'm gonna call it what it is, but I don't think it's a coincidence that we just talked about Kanye maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago.
That's funny.
With his Adidas deal.
He was cooking something. He's
right.
like,
he got this Adidas deal, and this Gap deal, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm getting my lawyers on it." Let's talk about the bad deal that you signed.
Yeah.
And how you claimed to have these $1 billion in assets and all this stuff, right? And then you renege on the whole Sway comment. You don't have to answer Sway. He said, yeah, Sway had the answers, right?
Yeah.
If I was in Kanye's brain, this White Lives Stuff matter makes perfect sense, because guess why? Adidas owns the Yeezy brand. He can't produce his own shoes that looks anywhere near it. He can't name it the Yeezy nothing because they own the intellectual property. He can't go out and do a certain apparel deal. You can't do it. Now, if you name a new brand, i.e. White Lives Matter, you have a new brand and it stirs up the pot. Everybody's like, oh, I can't stand whatever. And let's just say in a few months he does, what's the abbreviation? WL, what is it? White Lives Matter.
Oh,
WLM.
Yeah.
And you put that on the back of his shoe. Voila. Rebranding. Now, Adidas can't come and say nothing about the deal because we own Yeezy. We own anything Kanye. If Kanye West tries to say Kanye West on his shoes, we going to sue the mess out of him.
One of the White Lives Matter shoes dropping. Can I get myself some
I'm just saying.
White Lives Matter sneakers?
I'm just saying.
Some White Lives Matters high tops.
I'm just saying. And I hate to say it from a capitalistic standpoint, but if you're trying to create a business and you want a certain demo to purchase what you're selling, and let's say he does a White Lives Matter spinoff, and he has Post Malone, he has Taylor Swift, he has all of these.
I don't know if they get behind it.
I'm just saying.
I don't think my boy Posty would get behind it.
Post might not do it. Post belongs to the black community now.
I do like Post though, but
let's say he does that. That was a genius move. Everybody picked up honestly, Kanye could drop any apparel at this point, and cause people hate him so much for the White Lives Matter stuff, it's gonna sell. Yeah. And people are gonna post it. Fuck Kanye West. Look at this shirt. This shirt is shit. Guess what? You bought it.
You bought this shirt.
You bought it. Congratulations.
The tax the rich shirts, but they're like $50 per shirt. I'm like, you're a joker. You're funny. But they still do. It's a
genius move.
Yeah, they fucking buy it. It's ridiculous.
So, Kanye, I can't say I agree with your methods, but I get it.
I mean, this would be a skit. Yeah, I don't agree with White Lives Matter, but all lives matter. No,
Sean,
you can't
I'm
say
not
that.
saying white lives don't
You
matter.
can't say it. No,
I'm
I know
sorry,
you're not.
guy.
No, it's a joke.
I love you, bro. White lives do matter.
I love you too.
But so does black lives.
They do.
So does blue lives.
They do.
All lives matter.
Fuck the police.
I'm not saying that because I don't want them to come.
They're not gonna come in here.
I'm
in here.
That's a good one.
I got you, man.
That's a good one.
No, they don't give a fuck about me.
So before we wrap this episode, we definitely want to send our condolences to anybody that's lost anybody in the Hurricane Ian.
Oh, dude.
We love y'all. I'm gonna give them a clap because I don't have nothing else. But
you don't have any sad songs or? I mean, I've seen some damage, dude. That is nuts.
But something, I'm sorry, and maybe we talked about it. Something that comes up every time I see a hurricane or a tornado or anything hits a massive amount of land.
Yeah.
And it's known for hitting that land.
I know what you're saying. Was this you played yourself? Kind of deal?
I wasn't gonna say it, but
it's like New Orleans. How many times are they gonna rebuild New Orleans? They're always gonna do because it's New Orleans, dude. Also, it's humans are gonna go where the real estate is, even if the real estate only exists for like a couple of years before it's destroyed. It's still land. We're always gonna build on land, man.
But why?
Look at Cuba and Puerto Rico. They get hit harder than Florida's ever been hit, and people still live there.
That's true.
They're not going to abandon the whole island just because hurricanes hit them once in a while.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry,
but I agree with you. It does suck because property in Panama didn't get hit, but property in Panama, can you imagine?
It's a grip.
But yeah,
And it's gonna get hit.
and you know it always has the possibility of getting hit.
So for me, it's like, okay, at what point do we say, all right, it is what it is?
Mm-hmm. I think they already do, man.
You think they already do?
They definitely already do.
Oh Lord. Well, anyway, our condolences to Hurricane Ian.
I mean, I know the story about one guy who it was this bar. It was a story where this guy came into a bar. I think my friend was telling me about this. They were there when the hurricane like just kind of hit, and this guy came into the bar and he's like, I can't find my dogs, but I'm just gonna wait it out, go back, and then try to find them in the morning because it's just being tore up right now. And he goes back and he does find his dogs, but it's just
Were
normal.
they alive?
Yeah,
Good.
It's just normal for some of them, you know.
That cannot be my new norm.
No,
That is not normal.
no, I couldn't live there because with the risk always being there, that would drive me mad.
Yeah.
That's just not me. That's why Floridians are. Some
Different.
of them are tough. They're different. They're
Yeah.
different breed for sure.
Well, we love y'all from the Mad Lucrative Podcast, and
Just stay safe.
just stay safe for real. Like I won't be buying a property in Florida. I don't know.
Donate. I know my church just has a thing going where you can donate.
If I can file a good insurance claim, file it.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe. But anyway, y'all have a beautiful week, and we will see y'all next week on the Mad Lucrative Podcast. Till next week. Peace.